Let me say how it is, guys. I tell it how it is. I always do. One of the things that I mentioned here about Rebirth of Glory is that these developers, they actually care about the players. And as you can see in here, even the admin right now is seeking for voting in here about the UI. And this is super cool. To be part of something in the very beginning, you get to see it to grow. I think that's just wonderful. Now, I know some of you guys cannot download the game yet because right now it's available in iOS only in certain countries, not yet available in Android, but you can still provide your feedback, join Discord, there's a link in the description, and then pretty much just wait when it's released, because if you are really planning on playing this game once it's released, you are then going to see these options in here. Now, before I get started in here, I want to say I already like the current UI, but given the choices in here, I'm going to give my suggestions as well, an opinion, and also vote on the selection between the option 1 or option 2. All right, so they're looking at this. This is option number 1. And let's take a quick look in here. I know I'm blocking some part of it, but if you want to just take a look at it by yourself, go join Discord as well if you're thinking about playing this game. I voted for option number 1, which is this option. I do like the hero pane in here. I like the double pane rather than the single pane in option 2. I didn't like this one. I think it's going to be clunky. It's going to be hard to look at heroes. I think double pane is just perfect in here. Now, the UI here onto the city or the base, it's okay. It's very colorful. I like the colors, honestly, although I did not like the icons in here. I think the icons a bit too 3D to a 2D mixture. It's kind of weird to me because like when I look into this part here and the activity name here, as you can see for that one, this just, you know, it's not matching to me. And then we got the icons in here that are highlighted, but I think this is still very attractive. I think if they can like get inspiration for, you know, mix it up a little bit. I like the symbols of the logos in here for the option number 2, and option number 2 is a bit more plain in color. I like the heroes in here, how it's displayed. The heroes in here, it's I don't know. What is that even? Oh, that's the HP. Yeah, I think the HP here for the heroes are better than this one. I think this is going to be a lot harder to kind of like look at it because it's also curved in a way, and you might have a difficulty kind of figuring out, you know, when you're really close in here, right? So I don't know if this is going to be on the phone. I think this one has better visual representation in my opinion. What else do I like about this? Kind of nitpick this in here. This, let's see, this is the villagers info. I think both are fine. I think there's a lot more colorful, and the seasons in here, I think the season for this one, it's a little bit too much graphics. I think this one is a lot more neat in here, so that's something. I'm always used to this type of stamina, as you can see right here onto the top. I do like this idea of stamina. It looks cool, but actually I don't mind this one as well. You know, but really the main reason I am voting for option 1 is really this hero panel, because this hero panel here is only one column. That's going to be really hard. And then let's take a look. You can also share your heroes in here if you guys don't know. I think the what is it called? The hero panels in here, or the hero page in here, is a lot more neat than this one. I like the graphics in here. It's a lot more neat compared to this. And what is this? This is the Berserker monster. Oh, this is the info, the attributes. So the talents. I think this is definitely a lot more neater in option number 1 when it comes to the hero. There's no doubt. I think many of you guys will definitely agree. Option 1 hero pane is good. The UI here, it's a little bit more too much, I think, in my opinion, compared to this. I think this one's a lot more neat, although the plain color in here, kind of, I wish it would be a little bit of a mixture of that, like this symbol right here to go into the continent right here. I don't know if you guys can see that right here. I think this is better in here. I like this one better. It's got a lot more color. And then some of the shortcuts right here. Let's see, shortcuts. Oh, you can see they moved this one in here on this side. I like that one as well. I like that they moved it, not just gonna be on top, because you can accidentally tap this in option 2, and if you fat finger it, you just go into the lookout pose. So yeah, that's also another thing that to consider in here. Another thing that I wish that they can do is to minimize this thing, this the mission. I think that should definitely be minimized. I don't know what else you guys think. I think the resources is a lot more neat in option 2 right here. I like this one better in comparison to this. I think this one is a lot more neat, just more simple and more neat comparison to this one. And the event, I think, is almost the same on the event. Just the text, I think the solid lines, the borders of the text, kind of gets to me a little bit. And then the time, I think the time is fine. But yeah, the main thing I'm voting for number 1 is gonna be really for the hero pain in here. I think is a lot more neat. Overall, I think everything is good. I don't see any graphical changes onto the building. I don't see. Oh, there's a little bit, I think. Maybe it's just because one is more zoomed out, one's more zoomed in. So that's kind of hard to tell if there's really huge graphical changes in here for the UI on the buildings, the trees. But just this, UI, I think, yeah, option 1 is decent. It's okay. But I think a mixture of option 2 to option 1, I think, would be really good. Some of the things that I mentioned, for me, for my own opinion in here. The power, it looks, I don't know, the power here onto the top, it looks nicer being orange, I think. I think it's a lot more like, out there. I think it's a lot more cooler in that sense. Yeah, I think the stamina bar is cool. I like the stamina bar right here. But again, I don't mind the stamina bar being here as well, because that's what I'm used to anyway. Yeah, I definitely have to see what's, the pat that they gotta do. Oh, they making a shortcut for, I didn't even realize that. They're making a rune shortcut here. It's the goblins, I think. If I gotta look into the game, what is this? Because I don't remember this symbol right now. But yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. I don't think there's a symbol for that. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and I don't see a symbol at all for that. There's actually a training shortcut, which is cool. And there is the blacksmith shortcut, which is the hammer. All right. I think the UI right now is actually pretty neat, in my opinion. I mean, I like the UI that we have right now. It's very neat, honestly. So I don't know why they really want to make some changes. The UI is kind of neat, Another thing that I should say, if they're going to choose for like option 2 UI in here, they just can color these things in here. Like, if they can just actually color the icons here on the bottom, the circle ones, that would actually be really cool. And then move the shortcuts to the right a little bit, just on top of the chat bar. I don't think you guys can see my arrow, or can you see my arrow? I think you guys can see the arrow. Yeah, if they can just really, color these ones in here, I think they will be really good. And then move this, because this can be easily fat fingered. This needs to be moved a little bit onto the side here. Anything in this area should not be, there shouldn't be any icons at all, because you're going to have your left thumb over there. So that's something that they really need to consider as well. Overall, like I said, I like the current UI as well, but I also like the UI, right? The panel here. I mean, the heroes double panel is cool, and then I like the frame as well. I think that frame is also looking nice. So that's my opinion here so far. Okay, so this is the current UI, and honestly, after thinking about those new UIs that they have presented, I was thinking like, man, the current UI is actually very neat. I can go to the training in here, as you can see, slingers. I can go to the blacksmith just by clicking that. I can go into my miracle pier. I mean, we got everything in here. The daily mission, the UI is actually quite neat in here. It's simple, it's neat. I mean, they can tweak a little bit from here. The icons, I like it. It's nothing too crazy. It's not too big. When we go out in here, the UI, it's nice. There's no. Yeah, I don't know why they really want to make some changes in here. I mean, they can make it more colorful. I think that's cool. But I think the current UI is just fine in my opinion. But I think if they can, yeah, changing the backgrounds on heroes, because they all have the same pretty much backgrounds in here, so that could be something cool, depending on backstories of the heroes. And I'm looking at the star. Yeah, if they can improve the stars, tweak that a little bit here and there. But I think everything is nice in this current UI. You guys let me know. I don't know. I like the gems being like this rather than being it's blue. And the lumber, it looks the same, although on the other UIs in here it is like highlighted. But yeah, I like this. It's like gray onto the the resource onto the top. It's just had a gray background. The UI is not bad. Maybe a little bit tweak here and there. The power in here onto the top, as you can see, it looks decent as well. So, I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, if I was going to vote, I'm definitely going to vote for the number 1 because of the hero panel. But, man, at the end of the day, I think the current UI is cool. I think they can tweak a little bit here and there to make it even more, attractive. But whoever created the current UI right now, I gotta say, he did it really neat. Or the team did really, really neat. And they did it really nice. But again, option number 1 is going to be my vote. Let me know what you guys actually think. Should they really change the UI or not? And if they are going to change the UI, what are you going to vote and why? Please give me the why. Anyway, I'll see you guys again next time.